Nobody expected this. Nobody expected that our Arena Breakout Infinite would be leaked early on the international server, and in this leak, I revealed a very important piece of information. It looks like our Arena Breakout Infinite is really going to add PvE. I have to say, this is really surprising. That's right, in the S5 season of Arena Breakout Infinite, 3 maps will be released: Unmanned Valley, Unmanned TV Station, and Unmanned Frontline Fortress, and they'll be rotated in and out. About this, all I can say is that players everywhere are really celebrating. Finally, there's a mode where you don't need combat power, and even people who aren't good at fighting can try it out. But I have to ask, is all of this really worth it? Alright, just kidding. That's not what I meant. What I really want to ask everyone here is, do you think PvE is a good thing or a bad thing for Arena Breakout, especially for Anki? Do you think the addition of PvE can actually fix the current state of the game? Let me share my own personal opinion here. First of all, adding PvE is definitely useful, but to say it's truly effective is a bit unlikely. In my opinion, the main purpose of PvE is to keep those players who aren't very good at the game, making it easier for future adjustments. After all, we all know that a game doesn't just have a low intensity mode. There will definitely be high intensity modes as well. Take, for example, casual modes in ranked matches. Now, for those players who aren't very skilled or just don't play that well or like to search for topics, there's this deserted zone mode where you can just focus on gathering resources. So naturally, there should also be a more intense mode. That's right, this is what we're about to get in Season 5, the upcoming TV Station Masters Tournament PC version. Well, how should I put it, guys? Honestly, I think this approach makes sense. Right? On one hand, if you want to satisfy players who crave intense combat, then you create a mode with strong combat intensity. On the other hand, if some people just like looting, then you give them a mode where they can loot to their heart's content, with very simple extraction and no real players. Logically speaking, I think this new version makes sense. For example, if you like using skills, you can go to our skill-enabled Valley mode to fight. Or if you like rushing in, you like high-intensity battles, you like playing ranked, then you can go to the TV Station Masters Tournament. And if you just like looting, hey, no problem. You can go to places like the TV Station Valley or other deserted zones to loot. So looking at it this way, this version of Arena Breakout is clearly trying to address some of the in-game progression issues. In the past, players in Arena Breakout might not have been able to make money, and even if they did, they didn't know how to spend it. Now, it's obvious that there's finally an answer to this problem. So after you go to the No Man's Land and make some money, you can either head to the second mode to play ranked matches and earn rank points, or you can check out something like the new Valley map, which has skills and offers a fresh experience. But of course, this also brings up a new problem, and that is Arena Breakout Infinite. Its combat system is just so damn terrible. The new version's optimizations to the combat system, I can't say they're good, honestly. They're basically useless. First off, I do agree with the overall logic and framework. Since Arena Breakout has already established this big picture framework and pretty much set the tone for the product, shouldn't improvements to the combat system be put on the agenda as well? But to be fair, considering the production capacity of our Arena Breakout PC project team, I do think it's actually kind of tough. After all, you have to realize that over at Delta Force, they managed to surpass Arena Breakout's boss roleplay feature in just a few short months. Meanwhile, our Arena Breakout PC version is still struggling to copy a boss roleplay feature from our own mobile game. It's taking forever, and even now we still haven't managed to pull it off. Honestly, I feel like this is probably as far as their efforts will go, so let me give a quick prediction about where this game is headed in the future. As for the future direction, it's most likely going to use the Dead Zone as an economic incentive, letting players choose their own playstyle across different modes. At the same time, with the Dead Zone serving as an economic safety net, the developers will probably look for ways to improve the combat experience. And then, of course, we have the much anticipated Boss Rally event. Honestly, as an old event from Season 1, seeing Boss Rally make a comeback in the PC version is actually pretty great. Finally, let's review the S5 season of our HTTPC game. From a logical standpoint, I can see some clever touches from the developers. Well, I also think it might be somewhat useful. Aside from the nerf to sniper rifle ammo, I'd rate this version as 6 out of 10. As you all know, Dark Zone Breakout on PC probably doesn't have that much funding or manpower. So, there's really nothing we can do about it. All in all, as the saying goes, let's put it to the test and see what it's really made of. Let's look forward to the new special version of Dark Zone Breakout and see if it can actually satisfy everyone.